Well, most of us survived Black Friday after Thanksgiving. So now it's time to start turning our thoughts and our hearts towards Christmas. I have some mixed, unorganized thoughts on Christmas. As a Christian, I try to observe uh, in my readings of the account of the baby Jesus, uh, especially from Luke chapter 2. Everything about Christmas to me has a foundation of humility and also the most humble of circumstances. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe He is our Savior and Redeemer. I believe that He was the only perfect man to walk the earth. I believe that it is through Him and only through Him that we as human beings can find salvation. It is only through Him. It is only through our observance of His personality, His ministry, that we can follow suit to find our way back to our Father in heaven. I don't like how the world has evolved the Christmas season. I don't like the commercialism. I don't like the hype, the expectations. I don't like the attacks on the Christmas name. I don't like how people are easily offended with Christmas and the very thought of Jesus Christ. But everything about it is humble, true, and pure. I contemplate over my own history, my own sins and misdeeds. And I should hope that all of us do. If we don't, I believe it's a matter of personal pride that we need to learn to deflate. But I think it's healthy and human and a gift for each and every one of us to contemplate our own lives and to find our own actions and thoughts, to be accountable to something greater to us, to whatever power each of us believes in. And I find that Jesus Christ, through those humble beginnings, those humble circumstances, has found the way to bridge the gap between myself and our Father in heaven, the great eternal God, in which my sins and my actions are accountable to. I believe that there's a great correlation between the prodigal son and Christmas, for it is a reconciliation. Often, people within families are different. Everyone has a personality, a characteristic that another person desires or undesires. And so families tend to splinter, if you will, or break off or take diverse paths. Some families eventually get back together, some don't. But I believe that through the Spirit of Jesus Christ and what He has done for each and every one of us, through His ultimate and infinite sacrifice, He has bridged that gap, that great divide. So that if we as parents or as children harbor in our hearts great and immense sorrow and regret for things we've said or for sins that we've done, those things can be forgiven. Those things can be atoned for if we put forth the effort and have faith in the teachings of Jesus Christ. If we learn to but quiet the heart, quiet the mind, so that we can listen with our heart. When we talk about a babe that was born in a manger, it's quieting to the soul. It makes you think. When we talk about Mary being pregnant and traveling all that way, it quiets the mind. It makes us think. It gives us the opportunity when we think to make amends, to find a better way, to readjust our lives and our thinking. And so it is actually a great gift that we have each and every Christmas season to, in technological terms, to provide a reset for us, to gain that opportunity, if you will, to observe and study what Jesus Christ has done for us. And if not that far, then to at least study His birth, study the environment. Many, many people traveled many miles. They have walked, they have went on camelback and horses. They came by ships because they heeded to a call that a Savior was born. They turned their hearts and their attentions towards something greater, something that they needed, that they felt in their heart they needed to witness and advance to. So take that and correlate that with your life now. Do you have that drive, that passion to aim yourself towards that which is greater than you, towards that which you may find your ultimate answers to? Do you have you prepared your heart and your level of pride to become at such a humble point as to turn your heart towards something that may provide you with the answers that you seek? And whether we vocally admit it or not, each of us as human beings seek certain answers. Certain answers that we believe will define us, or that we hope define us. I'm very grateful for the Christmas season. I'm grateful that I have at least had a certain level of drive as to study and learn new things that have opened worlds and have prepared the fields before me. I am grateful that we have this time to humble ourselves, to quiet the mind and reflect upon what it is we're doing here. What kind of questions do we want to have answered? I'm grateful that the Christmas season provides us an example of compassion and charity and love. And I believe that it is through that we are going to be able to heal not only our nations, but the world. To provide an environment where we don't need to have ire one against another, but we will actually have an environment where we'll be able to employ trust in another person. I am very sorry for my sins. And my sins are great and many. I believe that it is just an incredible opportunity or an incredible witness of mine that all those things can be washed away. There is no need for you to be stained or to remain stained. I'm grateful for my Savior and my Redeemer. And you know, many people struggle with religion. And there's an all-out assault against organized religion these days. And Christianity is, the assault on it is growing. And that's disturbing. But people are having a hard time identifying what to believe or how to believe it. But I tell you, and this will be my final Christmas thought for you, if you study God, study the humble, the humility, and the compassion and the love that comes from it, and what it can mean to your life, then even if you aren't completely ready to accept it as truth, sometimes there are certain doctrines and stories and frames of thought in life that may or may not be true, but for you, you need to believe it. For whatever reason, you need to believe it, whether the reality is true or not. So start from there. But, you know, I wish everyone the greatest of holidays, mostly Christmas, which I am not afraid to verbalize. And Merry Christmas and God bless the world.